Well, I thought I'd give you an update on the progress on my 47 Indian chopper. I've been waiting for a buddy of mine to set up the bearings and everything in this drum and wheel, but I think I've got them set up pretty good. I've got to put a set pin still in one of the things. I'm waiting on the bearings that go into this part of the rim. I'll clean that up, get the bearings mounted, make sure I've got the spacers correct. I really should take some time to remove that broken stud and get a new one. And it looks like my rear suspension is essentially ready. I've got to do some grease fittings, etc. I did take some time and just put in the brake levers, return spring, all these connections, floorboards. Still have to weld a couple of bolts onto this header pipe to be able to pull it up. Then, in order to make it match up to where it mounts up, I'm going to have to heat this and bend it down quite a bit to make it work properly. Pretty much got the front end together. I kept wondering why it is that it seemed like I had some gaps here. And I realized the headlight mount is supposed to go on either side of this shock, and that would be exactly the amount of shimming I'm missing. So I'll put that together. Thing is, there's not a way to stabilize this, so I've got to be creative with that. That's always been a problem with my choppers, is that the mount goes on that pole and it just flops down. So I've got to find a way to support it. I may do something. You've got this that adjusts the rake of your front end. You can make it more rake or less rake. So I may mess with that, but overall we're in pretty good shape. I've got the loom in place. I've got the shims that I ordered for my motor mounts. Thanks, James Seidel. And we'll get to this stuff one step at a time. I'm waiting for my kicker to be painted and then see what my clearance is from my kicker to my pipe, because you can see this pipe is bunged up from in the past, the position that it was in on previous motorcycles. That happened on my last 47 as well. I've got to get the set screw in here that holds this shaft in place. Guys have done a great job machining it. Tom Westgate, and then my paint guy Eric Kinsella has done a great job. So I've pretty much got my clutch stuff set up, my floorboards. I'm still waiting for the right nut for this, and of course the side kickstand that I'm going to be using. It's just the right height. This bike basically sits, as you see it now, pretty level, even though it's got a very long front end. I'm going to have to, once I get the fender, I've got to mock up a way to set up a support for this. But all things considered, the chopper is coming along pretty well. So I'm pretty pleased with it. As I was saying to my grandson, it's taken 3 years to get this far, so I'll probably take a couple more days, weeks or months to finish it off. Just picking away a little bit at a time.